Hey, what's going on, guys? ryagen3D here, and thank you so much for checking out my channel, and welcome back to all my subscribers that are already following my channel. Today we are going to play a little something different today. This is a free-to-play game called Trove. I actually found this game on the PlayStation Network, and I started playing it for a while just to see what it's like. And the game is actually pretty fun and addictive. One of the reasons I started playing this game, I wanted to find a game that I can play with my kids. There are a lot of games out there that's not appropriate for children. I know that. These are games that I like to play. But my wife, told me that I need to stop playing those type of games because my kids also want to play games with me. So I found this game. It's a open world style RPG where you're let's say it's similar to how Destiny game style is, where you're fighting enemies, collecting loot, and you can upgrade that loot as you go along, and you're like defeating dungeons, and then you're going on raids. But it's more low scale, where you're dealing with actually kids and children, and like let's say Minecraft meets Destiny. And I just saw something in the distance that looked really cool. Now it's gone. Looked like it was a tower. Let's go check it out. So this is my character. He's a Lancer class. There's actually different classes in this game as well that you can choose from starting out. And then as you build up one class, you can purchase other classes. And you can just build up all those classes as you go along too. Okay, so one other feature in this game that I want to talk about is you can actually build your own HQ. So it looked like this guy built his own HQ, and he just built it all the way up to the top here, which is crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it all the way up there, so I'm just gonna leave. It says I can claim it. Oh, you know what? Someone built this outside of the... I'll show you one so you guys can understand what I mean. So what you do is you find an unclaimed spot. When you claim it, it builds your house in the place that you claim it. So what you can do is you can build upon the already structured home that's already here. So what I did, I just put these walls around it, nothing too fancy, and I added down a forge, and I put down a personal chest. So you can build it the way you want, and as you can see, characters in the game, other people in the game, they can make their house, as elaborate as they want it to be. But I'm just going to make mine pretty simple because I just need somewhere to put my clothes and lay my hat and stuff. So, and you can go into this mode. This mode right here is sort of like a the best way I can describe this, like your editing mode for the world. So you can break down stuff. So I can tear that, and then if I want, I can build it back up with another block. So at the bottom here, I can just put that there, and then I'll just hit the button to add it back. And I can add other blocks to it. So you see this little outline of where a block can go. I can just add on to that, and you kind of get the gist of where I'm coming from. So I'm not going to sit here and build up the house at the moment, but I will come back later and try to add on to it when I have time. But first, let's go into a dungeon and let's look at the actual mechanics of how this world works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp back to the main hub, and as you can see, my character has on gear and stuff. This mask that he's wearing that's making him look all goofy are actually stats they're stat driven items. So if you look at my loot that I currently have, and I actually picked up a chest. So as you can see, I can pick up chests in the game, and inside these chests will be loot as well. So if I go here, this is a loot box. So if I open this, it'll actually give me stuff. Okay. So I'm trying to tell you how some of this stuff works. How do I get to... I'm still learning the game, so it's kind of hard to walk you through it if I'm still learning it too. I'm looking for... I think if I hit down, it's down, and I think you hold down. There you go. Okay. So trying to get to this. So you have different slots. You got your hat, your weapon slot, your face. And I haven't really been able to unlock these emblems and flasks and all this other stuff. You got a ring, banner. So I don't know what goes into any of these other slots yet, because I'm still a very low level character, so I haven't unlocked a lot of stuff. Because, and I'll show you in another part, there's actually a lot to the game, but once you play it, it doesn't seem as overwhelming off the bat. But in the upper corner here, as you can see over here, I have a power rank. And that power rank will tell you what dungeons and actually what worlds you can go into. Your level doesn't really matter. It only matters because the enemies that you'll be fighting in those biomes will be too powerful for you to fight. So if you go into a world that's a power rank of 300 and you're only at a power rank of 200, you will not be able to go into that world. But if you have a power rank of 300 and you go into that world, but you have low level gear like I have right now, you will get destroyed. So what we're going to do, let's just go ahead and head over to the hub. So I'm going to warp back to the main hub. So as you can see, there's other characters here. And how we get to the other worlds is we run straight up here. And we go up to this Atlas thing. And we head into where we can jump into other biomes and other worlds. So we're starting off here. So we can go into different worlds. We got the medieval. We have an ice world. We have a zombie world. This is the curse world. I already went here, and I went here. I'm now strong enough to go to the desert world. And one of my missions is to head to the desert world. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head to the desert world next. So we'll go there and complete the mission that we have set up for that. Alright, so now we're in the desert world. So that was one of my missions I had to complete. I had to actually go in the desert world, and you'll see there's other players here already. I know I'm explaining this as if I know what I'm talking about, but I've played this enough where I kind of get the gist of how this works. You have this blade in some of these worlds where if you toggle them, it'll allow you to warp to other players that's already heading to other dungeons. And I'm pulling up the map now so you can see the dungeons. But there are dungeons throughout this entire world that you can go and defeat enemies that will give you loot that will help build your character up to be stronger. So if a player defeats that dungeon, you cannot clear it or beat the boss in that dungeon. You have to find a different dungeon, and there will be so many dungeons here. As you can see, they're populating now, so there is not going to be a shortage of dungeons. I think they're randomly generated as well as player created dungeons as well. So there's no way you're going to not be able to get to a dungeon. I mean, you'll be able to find a dungeon and defeat the enemies in them and get the loot. And also what I've noticed is on some biomes, after a player defeats the dungeon, it does respawn so that you can actually go in there later, so you don't have to miss out on the loot for that dungeon. You can just go back later. But let's go ahead and do a couple of dungeons. Actually, let's see what our... Okay, it said we have to craft a ring crafting bench. We'll do that later, but I want to try to complete a couple of dungeons. So, where's... I think there's... These are homes, but let's find a dungeon. So, there's one over here. I think this is one. Yeah, I think this is a dungeon right here. It looks like a dungeon. I believe it is. Oh, yeah, it is. It's a dungeon, alright. Alright, let's fight. Oh my gosh. Oh, these enemies. Get it right. Get it right. Okay. 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 They're kind of strong. Oh my gosh. They are strong. Okay. Alright, let's go down. Oh my gosh. These are strong enemies. Oh my gosh. Why are they so strong? Why are they so strong? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is actually the first time I died in this entire game. So as you can see, this world is very tough. So I'm not quite strong enough to face up against these enemies. Yeah, even the regular outside enemies are pretty tough. I do want to find at least one dungeon I can beat. Let's go back to that dungeon. Yeah, these enemies are pretty tough. Alright. Get him, get him! See, I picked up some loot there, so we got that loot. Let's just see what we have so far. So some of the loot we get, wait a minute, we have a legend. Oh, my first legendary. So I picked up a legendary face mask. Let's put that on. Let's see how that looks. My first legendary piece of gear. Wow, okay. We're gonna try this dungeon one more time. Oh! Oh, no, no. I can do it. I can do it. No. No, 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 no. Just keep running. Just keep running. Oh my gosh. Drank the potion. Dodge and roll. Dodge and roll. Potion, potion, potion. Oh, I'm out of potion. I'm out of potion. I gotta keep running. Alright, let's get up here for a minute. I'll let my health build up a little bit. Oh! Was not expecting that. Wait a minute, his health regenerated? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm about to die. I'm about to die. I'm definitely about to die. Yep. Oh my gosh, these enemies are pretty hard. Also, I'm gonna collect some of these. These are, they're like ores that you'll need for crafting. So whenever you see these colorful blocks, just pick those up. I don't know what they're all used for at the moment, but I definitely want to collect them, especially ones I've never seen before. So I've seen the blue ones before in like the ice locations, but I'll run into some other ones that are different colors that I've never seen before. So I definitely want to pick those up. Alright, I need to get more potions. So, the way you get more potions, I'll put my house. I'll go here, and that'll refill my flask. And let's head back to my house. Gonna head back to the dungeon. We are going to defeat this dungeon. We are going to defeat this before we go. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh my gosh. The fail is so real. Okay. Let's just go down straight and defeat him. Wait up! Why are there so many? I like it spawns us back at our house, so I actually didn't know that. Wait a minute. Did somebody? I think somebody already beat that dungeon before I could get to it. Nope, there's no X over it. The way you can tell someone defeat a dungeon or not, if you look above the dungeon and there's a big X on top of it, that's one way you'll know if someone defeated it already. So I'm going to defeat this dungeon. You best believe. Alright, let's take out these lower enemies first. Oh, we're getting wrecked. Why? Why? Try to take out these lower enemies first. Why are they regenerating? No, get away from me. I don't like it like that. Okay. Just me and you. Me and the boss. The boss. Come on. Oh! Oh, come on! I'm almost doing it. Run. Run away. You gotta run. Run for now. Run away. Alright. Alright. Alright, just me and you now. Where did these come Where are these bees coming from? Did he regenerate his health? No. Come on. Alright, I don't have any more potion left. Come on. One more hit. One more hit. Oh my god, finally. So there should be a treasure chest around. Okay, here we go. And this should give us a good lead. Yes. So what we get? Alright, let's get out of here. So that was one, that's just one dungeon, and there's like many dungeons here that we can go through. So let's see what we got. Oh, we got a red? I never seen a red one before. Is that like super rare? It's actually pretty good, but it doesn't, it takes away from our energy regen. Let's check it out. Looks good. Let's test out on this enemy over here, see what it does. I think the enemies in this world are just super strong. Let's collect some stuff. A lot of stuff here. We'll need these. We'll need these for forging. Alright, let's actually head back to the hub world, because we have to follow the instructions in the corner there. It wants us to forge a ring bench, so we'll actually do that next. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. Don't forget to click that big circle in the middle to subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Peace out, guys.